Yeah, good to see you again, Sean. Yeah, protests continue here on a daily basis. This is so-called lunchtime protests. I'm going to let you know that they are smaller in number and largely peaceful, although there have been some tensions, scuffles and arrests, but all focus, of course, on the weekend. There's going to be more planned rallies, as we know, which largely have been peaceful, but as night falls here, that's when generally the violence starts. So there is a sort of collective holding of breath here in Hong Kong. And you're absolutely right, Carrie Lam choosing Constitutional Day to basically say, let's end these protests and move forward. And very much stressing that, you know, Hong Kong is two systems but one country. And she's saying essentially the protest has been focusing too much on the two systems and not understanding the one country part of it. Let's take a listen.
Hong Kong residents should safeguard one country and respect the differences between the two systems. It is a must to understand that one country is the premise of the two systems.
Now, also, there are new financial stimulative measures being announced by the government. We were telling you all week that we expect them to come, essentially help the small, medium-sized businesses, cutting their electricity bills, helping with water bills. They don't have to pay their taxes right away. They can do it in installments, on top of about 20 billion Hong Kong dollars earlier in the year, another 4 or 5 or so, to try and basically stimulate this economy. Remember, at the beginning of the week, Paul Chan, the financial secretary of Hong Kong, said that the protests have essentially knocked 2 percentage points off GDP, and all these measures are designed to actually stimulate the economy by an equal amount, so that hopefully Hong Kong can come out of recession as it enters its new fiscal year, Sean.
Nathan, I'm curious, because you and I sit across from each other and we watched this unfold from afar over the past half year, but now you're there on the ground and you've had a chance to talk with people. Give us the sense of what people are feeling. Do they believe the chaos is just unraveling out of control, or do people really have a hopeful way to move forward and end all this?
I think that's a really good point, Sean. We don't quite know. You know, sometimes you feel tensions boiling up in Hong Kong, especially at the weekends. Other times it's perfectly quiet. I'm just standing across from a primary school. Kids are going to school. People are going about their business. And there was a real hope that after district council elections, the transparency, the way they went forward, the victory for opposition, that somehow it would be more contained in the legislative process, especially looking forward to the legislative council elections, as we all know, are coming up in 2020. But then we saw violence last weekend, and that was a reminder by more of the hardcore protesters that, look, we have these demands, this is what we have, they haven't been realised despite the district council elections, and we will continue. And there's still talk among some elements of the protest movement about continuing this economic war to try and force these demands by bringing down the Hong Kong economy. So watch out for this weekend. That's a real test to see if order can be maintained. But we are seeing a slight dimming of the protests, as I said at the outset, during the lunchtime protests, but they are still going on.